Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Before we get into the video, please smash a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel. Those two things really help the channel, so yeah, it'd be great if you could do both of those. But yeah, today we are here to talk about, of course, as you can see, Burton Albion against West Ham United in the FA Cup. Yes, doing a preview video. Of course, I usually do this on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok, but obviously it's West Ham United. I thought, you know, special occasion, why not? Might as well talk about the game a bit more in depth, speak on West Ham a bit more in depth, and obviously Burton Albion ourselves. So yeah, I mean, this game, the FA Cup 4th round, massive tie for Burton Albion at the Pirelli Stadium. Going to be an interesting one, isn't it? You know, obviously when the draw did first come out, you know what, I was buzzing with it, and I thought, you know what, if we get any team at home in the Premier League at that moment, I would have wanted West Ham United, because at that point they weren't playing well in the Premier League and they were really struggling, and it looked like they could be really going down to the Championship. However, now things have drastically changed, haven't they? I mean, personally, I don't think that anymore. I actually think Nottingham Forest is going to go down, but yeah, that's another story. But yeah, of course, they come into this game with a fair few recent good results, to be honest. I mean, they did lose at Chelsea 3-2, beat Burnley away 2-0. In the last game, obviously got a draw against Manchester United, of course. I think that's really, really good. I know they conceded more or less near like the last kick of the game in the sense of in stoppage time, but, you know, United on really good form, beating Manchester City and Arsenal in recent games. So it was a good point for them overall. And of course, Nottingham Forest did draw last night against Wolves, obviously recording this on Thursday afternoon. So yeah, you know, I think they'll stay up this season, West Ham, and, you know, obviously a lot going on at their club with ownership problems and all that, and it's crazy, really, what Sullivan's done to the club, really, and the fans don't deserve it. West Ham United are a really massive club. You know, they've gone to that big London stadium, and yeah, it's not great, is it? Upton Park. I used to watch like West Ham at Upton Park as a kid, and I thought it was a class stadium, and then moved there, and it's just all gone horribly wrong, unfortunately. But yeah, of course, on to the preview of this game. Obviously, we spoke about West Ham there a little bit in recent results. Burton Albion, on the other hand, well, you know, 2-2 against Port Vale in the last League One fixture. I mean, I know they're rock bottom, Port Vale. I thought there was fight there, and that's what I liked on that Saturday last weekend. And, you know, come the end of the season, that could be a big point in terms of survival. But yeah, only one win in the last 6 for Burton Albion. It's not great, is it? I mean, I think form does go out in the window in this type of game. And it's going to be a really, really hard game. As I said at the start, near the start of the video, I thought it was a really good tie for us at that moment. But now I'm not so sure, I've got to be honest. But you never know in the FA Cup, anything can happen. So yeah, obviously, Nuno Espirito Santo, the manager of West Ham United, started off poor already, didn't it, as I said. But, you know, he's getting some form now. He's getting some confidence into the players by the looks of it, of West Ham United. Will they rotate? Will they not? I do expect them to. I'm not going to lie, a little bit, but I still expect them to field a very strong team. Burton Albion, on the other hand, I think if Bowyer wants any chance in this game to potentially cause an upset, he's got to play the big players for us. Got to be honest. I mean, talk of Charlie Webster coming back for the game. Obviously, Tyrese Shade now fully fit by the looks of it as well. So obviously played in the starting 11 against Port Vale, like I demanded he should, after coming off the bench against Doncaster Rovers, which we won't get into that game because that was an absolute shambles. But yeah, it was good to see him back in starting 11 at Port Vale and got a really good run out. Like, I think he came off like near stoppage time or something like that. But yeah, really good in that. But yeah, going to be interesting team lineups. Obviously, as for team lineup for me, for Burton Albion, I'll do Burton Albion team lineup. Probably won't do one for West Ham, but I will talk on West Ham's key players and I think their danger men are in this game. My team lineup, though, for the Brewers, I think we should play against West Ham United in the FA Cup 4th round is Bradley Collins in goal, right wing back Lofthouse, right centre back Godwin Malife, centre back Van Koosen, left centre back Hartridge, left wing back Dylan Williams. However, if he is not fit, as like he hasn't been in the last couple of games, Sebastian Ravan in centre midfield, say CDM role, Chalk and another centre mid role for Charlie Webster. If he's not fit, then I would put Koulibaly in that position. In the cam role, JJ McKinnon, and up top, Jake Beasley and the man himself, Tyree Shade. So yeah, that is my starting 11 for Burton Albion to play West Ham United. Key men, obviously, in that team, Tyree Shade. I think if we want to have any chance at all to potentially cause an upset, he has to start in this game. And I think he could cause the West Ham defenders problems. And of course, this game is on TV. And it's obviously he had deadline day moves for Championship clubs coming for him. And our club, Burton Albion, rejected those bids. And he could prove in this game why he has been looked at by Championship clubs and why bids had gone in the transfer window. Of course, but he is obviously still a Burton Albion player. But yeah, Tyree Shade can really show why in this game. Charlie Webster, of course, did put him in the starting 11. I do think he probably will be on the bench. But again, like Tyree Shade, if we want to try and cause an upset in this tie and get a win over West Ham and go through to the next round, I think Charlie Webster is massively important. Of course, he has been in the training photos this week for Burton Albion for this game. I just think unlocking the defence of West Ham United, Charlie Webster could be key. Of course, again, like I've mentioned with Shade, Charlie Webster, again, wanted by Championship clubs, obviously didn't get that move in the January window, especially because of his injury, and he's just come back from it. Will we see him? Like I say, I think he'll be on the bench, but could be a massively key, important player in this game. If he does feature, I will be honest, I'd rather save him and not have him in the team and have him in the league games. Obviously, we are fighting relegation at the moment, trying to stay up in League One. So, yeah, that is that. They're the two key players for me for Burton Albion. And what I will say is if Bradley Collins can be on top form, like he has made some really good saves this season as well, he is the other big player for me in this game. So, yeah, those three for me are the key players for Burton Albion. Now, West Ham United, I expect them to rotate, like I said at the start of the video. I mean, I do think they'll do a strong team still, but I expect players like Callum Wilson to start up front. You never know, might even play Fabianski in goal. Never know, but it might be Areola or Hermansen. But it would be interesting if I brought Fabianski in. It would be quite not amusing because he's a legend of the game, Fabianski. Again, going back to saying about Upton Park as a kid, obviously, I remember Fabianski when I watched him when I was younger as a kid as well, and he was a good goalkeeper. And he's a great goalkeeper for West Ham United as well. We've got to respect him for everything he's done for the Hammers. So, yeah, I think Jarrod Bowen, will start because obviously he is the captain of West Ham United. Somerville, I think, will be on the bench for West Ham. And I think with Castellanos as well as. I think if it does get into the second half, though, and the game is still tight, maybe even if West Ham are just one goal ahead, if it's level or if they're losing, I think the big players like Somerville and Castellanos will be brought on by Nuno. And it'll be interesting if he starts players like Fernandez as well, who will start at left back. Could it be Ollie Scholes or Myers? That would be interesting. So, yeah, I am intrigued in this game. I've got to be honest. It's one of them where West Ham United have never really played at a stadium recently in recent times like Burton Albion, at the Pirelli Stadium. And that could be a key factor. They've got to adjust to that. Will they? Is a question. I think they might, but it could, especially first half, we need to capitalise on that. And for me, in terms of us trying to win the game, I think our best bet is honestly making it scrappy, really scrappy. Possibly even getting a goal before half time, getting an early goal in the second half. And then maybe if Webster is involved in the team, maybe if he is on the bench, not the starting 11, bring him on when it's 2-0 up to us or something, which, is a big ask. It's a big ask what I'm saying, but I just think this is the best way we can win. Like, for example, if Webster is on the pitch, and like I mentioned a bit earlier, how he can unlock those defences that obviously he's done throughout his time at Burton Albion and plays the way he does with the really good passes, you never know, could try and get a third, because I do think we need to be at least 2 or 3 goals up in this because, if West Ham bring on the danger men especially, I still think they will play a couple, like I've said, like Bowen and players like that. But yeah, I think the best chance we have is that way. But I don't think it's going to be the case. The only other way I could see is, like I say, in very, very scrappy and we like nick it 1-0. But I've got to be honest, I don't really see either of those score lines that I've said. Because even if we did go like 3-0, for example, I do think they would score at least 2 goals in this game, West Ham. I don't see any less than 2 goals for them being scored in this game. So yeah, now obviously, with all that being said, it now comes on to my score prediction for this game. Obviously, respect to all the West Ham United fans coming down to the game. Obviously, going to be doing hopefully a couple of bits after the game as well in terms of YouTube videos and content there. So that'll be really fun and exciting, to be fair, and a good time after the game. But yeah, it should be some real good content coming out after that game. All being well, obviously, no promises, but obviously it should be happening. So yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, score prediction for this game. As I say, our best chance, I think, is to cause it for West Ham and us to make it scrappy for them, and frustrate West Ham United. I mean, like I say, when I sum everything up and think about this game properly, as I said at the start of the video, when this first came out, this match, I thought we were in with a real chance. But now, even United game, we got a draw. Yes, United equalised late on, but they'll still have confidence, West Ham, from recent performances and results, and especially from what Nottingham Forest did last night, where they drew 0-0 against Wolves, which again, 3 points now only off safety, I think, from the top of my memory. So that will give them confidence. But yeah, this is different. It's the FA Cup, but we will see. Yeah, score prediction, as I say, I'm going to go for what my head's been telling me for a while, the last week or so, and I'm going to go for Burton Albion 2, West Ham United 4. I just think, yeah, I think the Hammers are going to beat us 4-2. You never know. Like I say, FA Cup, anything can happen. Goal scorers for this game. For Burton Albion, for us, I'm going to go with Tyrese Shade and JJ McKinnon. I wouldn't be surprised if Beasley scored, but yeah, I've got to go for those two. For West Ham United, I think Jared Bowen will get a goal. Callum Wilson will also score. I will go for Ollie Scholes, and then I'll go for a late goal from Somerville as well. So yeah, 4-2 win for West Ham United. I think we'll give a good account of ourselves. And yeah, obviously, Bowyer, obviously, like I say, hopefully he can get the team lineup as right as possible for this game, because it give us our best of chances. I mean, I wouldn't even mind like a 2-0 defeat, I will be honest. You know, at the end of the day, you've got to look at this realistically. We're playing a Premier League side who, even though they've struggled this season, like I say, recently confident in recent results, now have confidence, got really good players, and our budget is like, what, second or third lowest in League One? And yes, despite their ownership problems, West Ham, they've got a lot of good players. Watched a lot of them before, players like Jared Bowen, Somerville, Fernandez, Ollie Scholes. That Juve is a decent player as well. Yeah, they've got a decent team, West Ham. Cassianos, there's a few there to mention, but yeah, 4-2 win for West Ham United. Let's see if we can do it. Anything can happen in the FA Cup. Will the magic of the FA Cup happen in this game? We will see. So yeah, I think that is everything from me, guys. Up the Brewers. Come on, Gary Bowyer, let's have it. Let's give it to those Hammers, and we will see what we can do. But yeah, that is about everything. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're back with a matchday vlog for that game, as I say, against West Ham United for the weekend. And let's hope, let's pray the magic of the FA Cup can do the Brewers justice. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Up the fucking Brewers.